everyone, and welcome to GREENNOLLTTV television. And today we will be talking single parenting. My name is Ruth Besong, and I have my co-musketeer, as I always say, Anne Obiag. Hello, Anne.
Hello, Ruth. Thank you for having to host with you on this program. I hope you're going to enjoy this ride because we have a lot. I'm telling you, hot as it is hot. So just stay tuned.
And to bring you premium gists with me is, I call her my twin. Of course, she looks like
You
me.
guys really
And
look
very
alike. Yeah.
And she's not just a pretty face. She is a mom, an engineer, the convener of CPA. CPA is Single Parent in Africa, and she is also a luxury consultant. And her name is Valerie Effort. Hello, Val.
Hi.
It's good to have you
Good to
on
have.
this discussion today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Do you know, I call her beauty with brains.
11% of Nigerian homes are headed by single mothers, and 1 in 9 of Nigerians, 61 million, is a single-parent household, based on United Nations estimate of 206 million Nigerians in 2020. You know, single parenting is fast becoming a common nuptiality pattern in contemporary Africa. You know, there are several reasons why people become single parents. There's death, there's divorce, you know, there's separation, there's juvenile delinquency, and which is the most popular. And then there's choice. You know, some people just decide that, you know, this is what I want to be.
Yeah.
So when we talk about single parenting, you know, Africa is yet to come to terms with single parenting, especially as it concerns both gender. You know, single parenting is still being seen as, oh, single motherhood, single mother, or you're wayward, you know, you're
That's for the
irresponsible.
women.
Yeah.
That's for the
Yeah.
women.
No, but,
Yeah.
but when they talk about single parenting, all we think about is, oh, women.
The women.
But it
The
takes
men
two
are
to
left
make
out.
a baby.
Exactly.
You know, so where are the men behind this single motherhood? So I would like to ask Valerie, what was it like, you know, being a mom at just 15,
Yeah.
and the stigma that comes with it, especially internally from the family? How
The
were you
pressure,
able, you
the
know,
family pressure and all of
what
that.
drove you to being so firm
Yeah.
in keeping your child? I'm sure that we would have had options of an abortion.
Of course,
you
I
know.
did. A couple of times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Even from family, from friends, from everybody. I mean, the pressure was a lot, you know, because falling pregnant at 15,
Yeah.
when you barely know nothing,
Yes.
you are torn in between two walls, like, can I do this? Should I do this? Should I not do that? You know, but I've always been a very firm person. Right from when I was young, if I wanted a red dress and you give me a green dress, I'll never touch it. So everyone knew me, like, my grandma would say, see this one, leave this one. Whatever she says is what you do. So they knew that I was firm right from when I was, you know, young.
Yeah.
So when I got pregnant, I didn't even know because I was in school. And my head teacher called me because she was like my mentor as well in school. So she called and she was like, do you know you're pregnant?
Ooh.
I said, no. What did you do over the holiday? I said, nothing. Said, did anybody touch you? I said, yes. She was like, okay, meet me at the school clinic. So that was when I got to...
That was a scare.
Yeah. So I got to the school clinic. The nurse checked me out, gave me a small bottle, said, bring your urine tomorrow morning. I took my urine there 2 days after. No, then it's not like now that you can do like...
Yeah, you just
know,
do at home
yeah.
and all. And
So
even
they
if
had
it
to
were,
take
you
it to
would
the
not have
lab.
known that.
Yeah. they
You
had
know,
to
our
take it to
parents
the
then,
lab.
they would just look at you like
I
this.
know.
I know.
But you know, because I was in school,
Oh,
so they
true,
didn't see
true.
me.
Okay.
They didn't see me. If not, my grandmother would have known from week 1.
But let me just let's
It's
let's.
an African God's thing, you know, as an African mother, you just
At times
know.
I'll ask.
This girl, there's something
Something.
wrong.
Yes, they'll just look at you and say, "Come, you're pregnant," and you like
And
shocked.
it's true, most times.
True.
You know,
Because
it's
even
true.
you yourself, you will not know you're pregnant. You will realize after they had accused you or they have told you you're pregnant. That's when you come to like, okay, yes.
You know.
Yeah. So they took me. Okay. So after the the whole test and all, I was told I was pregnant, and my the lady told me that she'd call my parents to come take me home, you know, because if not, if the school finds out, they would bring me out and disgrace me and then
Yeah,
send
the
me out to
assembly
school.
back then, like,
You know how boarding school is.
I know.
So that's how I went home, and everybody were like, do you want, let's have an abortion so that you can go back to school. You're just about to write YA. Think of your future. This, I said, no, I will not. You know, we went to the clinic. My doctor said same thing. And that's how I became a mom. But was it an easy ride?
Nah.
No, it wasn't a walk in the park. Because I had to learn every day.
So, like now, you said your mom went through the same path, and now you happen to see yourself in the same arena.
Yeah.
Now, how was it growing up? Let me start with you first, because we're talking about single parenting. We'll talk, like Ruth said, the myth and the challenges and all of that. Growing up as a child from a single mother, you understand? What was your relationship with your father? Because something must have informed you. You understand? I think something gave you that guts, that audacity. You understand, to stand firm and say, no, I'm not going to take.
Yeah, it was going to be different because
you understand. So what was your relationship with your father while growing up?
Okay. Okay, so I never knew my father till I was about 16.
Oh, wow.
So I grew up knowing my grandfather as father.
Oh.
So I called him father. And then my grandmother as mother, because my mom left me when I was still very young. So you growing up, you're saying this person is the mother, this person is my father.
Yeah.
And everybody else says otherwise. You're like, I'll fight you if you dare say it. But as you grow up, you come to the realization that this is the truth.
Yeah.
A is A and B is B. You know, so, but when I was growing up, I saw how it felt not to have, despite growing up in love and all of that pampering as first grandchild and last born, because I had 2 positions.
Okay.
It was like, I would tell myself every day, if at all I would be a mother, I would not be this kind of mother. Right? So I started by grooming my cousins. So most of my cousins, they were born, I was the first grandchild.
Yeah.
So I grew up taking care of every other person that came. So I already had that motherly instinct activated. So when I was a mother, I was like, okay, these are the things my mom did, which I would not want any child to go through. And these are the things I can do to correct what she did. Okay. Because if she had been mindful of me, I would not have been
where you found yourself at the time
at a young age. So if I'm mindful of my daughter and raise her beside me, I would be able to watch her, monitor her, teach her what I've learned in the process. You know, let her see my story, hear my story, and even every other person.
Yes.
But while you let her explore, but you shield her and you protect her. So that's how, that was the driving force. Every time I wanted to do something, I would think of, if my mom did A, maybe if I did B, it will pay off better. So that was how I navigated my way through being a single mother.
That's beautiful.
You know, the amazing thing is, society consistently forgets that it takes 2 to make a baby.
Exactly.
You know, there are single mothers, and it's not gender restricted. There are single fathers.
Yes,
you know, but there's a stigma that seems to, it's
only
just for for the mothers. You know, and it took 2 people to bring in this child into the world. You know, so what happens to the fathers? You know, what punishment is being meted out to the fathers?
They tell you it's a man's world, because the man will be the one to go and ask for a woman's hand in marriage and all of those things. So they don't really have any stigma. You understand?
You know, they show for body as African.
Yes, now you understand. So everything will be shifted to
the woman.
So that's it. Now, how was it when the young man who was responsible for the pregnancy, how did he
I'm sure
receive
he must have been
the
about your
information?
age. That's like
he was
two
just
babies.
about-
You know, when you just they do the conny now, it will be the
You
same
know that,
age stuff.
that juvenile love that is so
Yeah.
pure.
Yeah.
And especially when you do not have someone back home to fall back on, to have certain conversations, you know.
You know, we really talk in our family. Growing up, we don't talk about sex. You don't talk about even your body
You
parts.
don't even
Those
talk about
sensitive.
anything.
You know, we
No,
just wake
you
up and our
don't.
mothers are pregnant, and you know, you have a younger one,
Yeah,
and
you're like wondering, how did
you
she get
know,
pregnant?
You know, how's my mother pregnant?
Like hi, some of the things I learned, all this what will I even call it? Kona. Let me put it kona. It's from friends though, not from home.
Of
And that's where mothers
course.
we need to wake up. Yeah. So how was it when he received this?
Okay, so when I got pregnant, I told him, I was scared to tell him at first when I discovered in school. I told my grandmother first, she was the first person to ever know.
Oh, may
So
God
she was
rest
like,
her soul.
May God rest her soul. Like I miss her every day.
I know.
She was my body.
I know.
So I told her, she was like, who is the father? I told her, she was like, the two families don't gel, but bring him to me. Let me see him in private first.
As a single mom, you know, like our society, they feel a woman who is a single parent cannot do well. I know you've really done well. You've made yourself proud, because I used to tell people I have to make myself proud first. Exactly. That if I make myself proud, I'll make the society proud as well. Can you tell us some of those achievements you've been able to gain from when after giving birth to your child up till now? Because I know you still get more. And now you talk briefly on the challenges you faced and you're still going through as a single
The
mom.
problem of raising a child, not the problem, even the responsibility.
Yes, that's yes,
You know,
a child.
Yes,
Yeah, it doesn't.
never end. Yes.
Even when they are married.
It's
His mommy. Yes.
to infinity.
Infinito.
So
Okay, so back then when I had my child, I was a write-off. Everyone thought, oh, this, that. Since in Nigeria, people are measured by your level of education.
yeah.
And probably your ability to
Marriage
suffer
and
in
whatever,
marriage.
yeah. So I gave her my youth, made sure she was okay. But I went back to school. I have my engineering degree. I have some other online courses that I'm doing, certifications. And also, I am working in a very prestigious place. You know, so when people see me now,
Bustling.
when people see me now and hear my story, they're like,
How?
Anything like what
how?
you
I
said.
don't
They
get
cannot
it.
connect
They
it.
can't connect, So it was left for me to either sit down, blame the society, blame my family, blame my child's father, or stand up and say, this is my life.
Yes.
I have to take it upon myself to be better every day. So it doesn't stop. I'm still, aspiring to have that.
It's a process. It's a process. You
and
still.
all, yeah. So, but now my daughter is okay. She's done with her first degree.
That's
So,
beautiful.
mhm.
Toile.
And she has her brand. She's running multiple, businesses on her own as well. So for me, that is all the degree I needed. That's all the.
That's
PhD
beautiful.
I needed. Now talking about the challenges.
Yes.
Hey.
Don't be our mate.
Let's even
No,
talk
no, your
about
mate.
money first. Finance.
Yes.
Because if you aspire to give your child the best of
Everything.
like I did, you have to work twice as hard.
And a man would.
Twice as hard than anybody would. Unless you just want to live a regular life, like, okay, we drink garri today,
Even a regular
we chop
life
beans
comes at a
tomorrow.
price.
Everything get price tag, babe. Everything.
Yeah. So I actually started working pretty early, and I built my portfolio.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's like when I need a job, I don't apply. They just recommend me.
That's
I
beautiful.
have somebody that would fit into this position. I can't remember the last time I went on any interview.
Oh, wow.
And it's just based on recommendation.
So you want to tell me you've not had suitors coming your way after that?
I have a lot of suitors. In fact, I've had 3 broken engagements. Why? One was because she's
Single
Akwa Ibom and she's a single
Okay,
mother.
this tribe.
We are Igbo. We don't marry single parents. Oh, guess what? They're back today.
2023.
Let's not go there. Let's not
Oh,
go
God.
there.
We've
Another
heard these
one
stories.
is a man who was raised by a single mother. Now his mom is judging me for being a single mother and saying, "Oh, I don't want my son to marry a single man." Like,
Wow.
Transmitted.
okay, you know. And the third
No,
one
this
is,
life is very funny.
yeah,
Very funny.
yeah. And the third one is he tried to emotionally, using my child as an emotional tool. So whenever he wants to get something from me, he knows I love my daughter to death. So he would be like, this one, that one, he might use my daughter. And that one, she's innocent. She'll be like, Mommy, do it for him now, Mommy. So I found out, and I'm like,
It will not work. This one no go work.
I can't. You can't
Yes,
see
it's being
because,
manipulative.
okay, I'm a woman that I'm a go-getter.
Yeah.
You are a lazy person, and you think that you want to sit down, have me work, then use my child
To get your proceed. No, that's
Doesn't do
wrong.
it. Doesn't
That's
do it.
wrong.
I'm not that desperate to get married that I would want to, overlook everything. I see
To
a
take
lot
in
of-
another child as a husband.
I see-
Because that's taking in another child as a
I've
husband.
counseled a lot of single mothers.
Yeah.
Grown like me. I've counseled a lot of single mothers through our foundation, and they are like, "This man wants to marry me, but he said he doesn't want my child." I'm like, "So where do you want to keep your
The
child?"
child.
And then some have to lie about their kids.
Yeah.
Do you know, it kills me. I die and wake up over and over when I hear that the mother will.
Your baggage and we love everything
Exactly.
about
Yeah.
it. So going forward, because we have very limited time, and I hope we would do this.
We'll talk about this again. Yeah.
What would be that last word you would say to people out there, to the African parents who say, "Oh, my son can marry this girl," and then to the young girl who's already in that situation, and then she's contemplating, should I have an abortion so I don't get judged? Or some people are saying, "Oh, should I just throw my child away?" What's that one last word you say to them before we wrap up?
Okay, so the one last thing I'd like to say to everybody watching this, if you are a child of a single parent, or you're a single parent, or you're a parent of a single parent, is be courageous. You cannot survive, especially in Nigeria, without courage.
Yeah.
If you make a decision to do something, there are more consequences. And if you're a parent, please support your child, because it's family first
Yeah.
before the society. And if that child dies tomorrow, society will only say, oh, and then that's it.
And then you have that pain.
And that's it, and you live with that pain forever. So please, let's be supportive of single parents, because they're going through a lot. If you see them, squeeze something into their hand.
Yeah, because they need it.
No, it's
Yeah.
Exciting. Yeah.
They need it.
Thank
They need
you
it.
very much for being on this show with us. I had absolute fun. And
Yeah.
I hope to do this again. And thank you, my co-host Katia, for doing this with me. And thank you everyone out there who's been listening to us. And we promise to bring you more premium gist from Green Knowledge Television. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye.
And don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so that you will have updates on everything we do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.